No Shahsab is going to spare uh, anyone out of Jahannam. This is it's misleading beyond comprehension. But furthermore, thinking and considering the reality will get you out of falsehood. If you are not preparing yourselves to meet Allah Jalla Jalaluhu the very next moment, then you will not be able to give such preparation. And since you could not, your spiritual leader or leaders who are around today clearly are not able to protect you from what we are calling you out on. What we are telling you is misleading and is leading to the Jahannam, to the hellfire. The kids, the other giro, and everyone. This is my own children, not my only children, but my own children, whom have fallen deep into this foolishness, this nonsense, this mess until this very day. When younger other giro went and fooled around with her mother, the Bowers, the pimp Bowers, uncle, you understand? This type of thing right here, I am thankful to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu for giving me the ability to sternly call it for exactly what it is. It is a prostitution ring, and any children who are born under these circumstances are bastards. So you are establishing the future of your community on a bunch of bastards. Anyone who subscribed, assisted, aided, continues to give any goodness to it, it's all in Jahannam. The word yesterday is the word today, and it will be the word tomorrow. And I beg Allah Jalla Jalaluhu to take me away from this earth with truth and not with falsehood. And that's all we need to do. That's all we need to have in our hearts, in our minds, to live upon and according to the everlasting truth that Allah Ta'ala has given us, and it will be our peace and success in this life as well as in the hereafter. No other turning the page, more intensifying the counter actions and attacks on the Iblisi forces from every in any given direction that we are challenged. We will definitely comply. We have nothing restraining us. We have no ceilings. We have no limitations. And according to that in which Jalla Jalaluhu has given us, which is our dua, we will comply all the way around. Every day I wake up, every moment I have the thought about what it is that these Iblisis are doing, we are all, meaning all the angels, all of the believers, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu himself sends curses upon curses upon curses on them by Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Every moment that comes to pass. And I beg Allah and I beseech Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, the moment passes, it is replaced with peace and tranquility. I know what it's like not to be connected to a father, connected to a mother. I know what it's like to be not connected with a brother or a sister. And you know what? I am happier today that it's my children that I am not speaking because of the fact that they have been indulging in falsehood association with Allah, undermining His word. I'm much happier that the ties of kinship are broken between myself and my two adult daughters because they're on the side of the Iblis. They're on the side of the track to Jahannam, and they are not happy with their own selves while we are happy with our truth. Do not allow yourselves to be tricked like those who were tricked before, thinking that buildings will protect them or numbers will protect them. And nothing can protect from the decree of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون. These CMO Iblisis, they're taking advantage of the models that are around. The United Snakes is practically a big giant cult in itself. Capitalism, feeding the people at the top so they help the people at the bottom. It does not work that way. They do not care that the 10% at the top have no idea what the 10% at the bottom are living like. They're not increasing and elevating them to be independent. We have the worst child impoverishment rate in the entire world. We have it here in the United States. And you want to tell me, you want to say to yourself that it makes sense that we follow that model as Muslims, when Muslim means submitting entirely and completely and only to Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, no one else. And Islam means everlasting peace. And you want to tell me that we should abide by other than that, or we are abiding by peace and we're abiding by submitting to Allah alone, yet here we are, our children cannot afford the education at your one only Islamic school, and that makes sense to you. Yes, let's continue on with our buildings and taking care of carpet and so on. These politicians or politician want-to-bees, we can care less about what you gain on this earth. But we are assured, so long as you're imitating other than what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, so long as you are involved with other than that, it will only get you closer and closer to Jahannam and further away from paradise. We mentioned, look at IDF today. All of their military might with their US backing. Oh, we will do this. We will eliminate Hamas. We will eliminate all of the fighters, all of the brigades. But every day is a new story. Look how battered it is. And the United States is also starting to step up with the disinvestments from your so-called quote-unquote Jewish state. Your global reputation, horrible, shattered. The midst of your deterrence, you can deter people from attacking, also gone. Your soldiers are shown running away on the battlefield, not able to sustain in that circumstance. We told you not to go in there, you went in there anyway. We gave you deadline, you passed the deadline. Then your military spokesperson wants to come out and say that Hamas cannot be eliminated. It is an idea. Anyone who says this has thrown sand in the eyes of people. You've been throwing sand in the eyes of the people. The people all in the entire world, not just in Tel Aviv where they're demonstrating right now. Every last one of them should say to you, you've been insulting us, because you even show it openly when you spit on people. You spit on the Christian migration who was coming over there. You're doing that openly, whilst on the bottom over here in the United States, your backers are doing it on the sneak, making mischief among the lower populations, killing them with this fentanyl, cutting off the understanding of even identity, not even knowing, thinking that Islam is violence when Islam means peace, thinking that Muslims are supposed to be violent when Muslims are simply subservient to one creator, and you want to eliminate that. You've misled the masses all of this time, and then you took your ideologies and you put it into your colonial states, satellite states in the Middle East and in Africa and everywhere. And now here are people, we cannot even recite Quran adequately without going to the extreme and clarifying who is right and who is misleading. All because our own chose to sell out the values. They chose to take in greed and undermine the religious commitment. We have board members and EC members and imams even We have mu'adhin, just people calling the adhan and they cannot even say it adequately. It's too many times. Not even caring to reform because they keep running after worldly gains. This is what we have. And you think that is okay? You think that Allah Jalla Jalaluhu will substantiate that He's allowed it? It's only by His permission that it has continued thus far. But by no means is He pleased with you misleading people, no, by you being disobedient. This world is coming to an end and will soon bid farewell, and the hereafter is coming and will soon begin. Today the horses are being kept in preparations, and tomorrow will be the race. Indeed, you are living in the days of hope which will be interrupted by death. Therefore, whomsoever falls short when death comes will be doomed. Strive hard for the sake of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu's reward as you strive hard in fear of His punishment. We have never seen anything like paradise whose seekers can sleep, and we have never seen anything like hellfire. Those who fear of it can sleep. The one who does not benefit from the truth will be harmed by falsehood, and the one who does not benefit from guidance will be led astray by misguidance. The commander of the believers said so. And if you feel, and if you think that you really are passionate about leaving that in which is false for that in which is true, فَلِلَّهِ الْحَمْدُ. May Allah embrace your efforts and make it easier for you to do. But if you seeing and you understanding that this is wrong, and I'm still going to just follow the masses for all these other worldly gains and desires, وَسَيَرَ الَّذِينَ ظَلَمُوا أَيَّ مُنْقَلَبٍ يَنْقَلِبُونَ. This كُلُّ حِزْبٍ بِمَا لَدَيْهِمْ فَرِحُونَ. Then you go on happily with it until the day comes, and then you will hopefully be satisfied with it. So, the Iblisi all are on one side, and the lieutenant commander, greed, arrogance, hypocrisy, lies, fabrications, and all of their attaches. The Quranic Revolutionary Republican Guards under Commander Soul, Commander Heart, Commander Mind, Commander Patience, and all of their respective legendary brigades are in mode and are going to adequately confront the Iblisis, no matter how many there are or no matter what it is that they have. We've already told, me specifically as the spokesperson of the People's Republic of the Shahadatu Allah ilaha illallah, I want to reiterate, bring whatever it is you have and see what it is that we will have in return, because we only need and have the Quran, which is the word of Jalla Jalaluhu. So come with everything. ثُمَّ لَا يَكُنْ أَمْرُكُمْ عَلَيْكُمْ غُمَّ ثُمَّ قُضُوا إِلَيَّ وَلَا تُنْذِرُونَ. Bring whatever you have to subdue us or to do whatever you like for us. We give our own lives in the sake of Allah, in the path of Allah. Whatever you like, come do upon us, and do not have any respite upon us, because we come from Allah. We are substantiated and sustaining only by the means of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu, and we will return to Him and to Him alone. For this we want to also thank those who have been aiding and supporting the human beings and those who are not human beings, whether they belong to the Latifi Khalilu Brigade. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, and peace be upon those who are seeking the truth and the blessing of Allah. Wassalam.